What's up guys, welcome to another video. Today we're using Stevenson to create a mega system. I want at least 15 planets in Stevenson's system. So I want at least 10 gas giants, maybe, about 10 gas giants and 5 rocky planets. For it, there must be habitable. So now I already put some, and there's some. I want to make this one resty, like Jupiter mass and radius. So lock its mass and give it already one Jupiter mass, and lock its radius and give it one Jupiter radius. Now I want to make it about 1.7 Jupiters. Then I give it 1.7 same Jupiter masses. So now it looks like a large gas giant. I could give it even another gas giant as a moon. But right now, I'll give it some moons. And I gave it 6 moons. Now it has moons. And then I'll give it Jupiter-sized rings. They're really small though, so I'll shrink it a little. Technically, lock the radius 1.7 masses, and like that. Okay, now we got the first gas giant. Let me see the second one. It looks really gassy. I could give it some moons or change its visuals. How about I'll change its visuals? I want to make it look more reddish because it's closer to the star. This reddish, orangish, hot. Boom! Now I change its color to be more reddish, orangish. I could give it maybe even a big moon, like a big moon. Yeah, I want to give it a large, really large moon, like Kepler. But I want to make it that big. So I can create my own little rocky planet, which is down poised. And I want to make it about small, less massive, like this. And delete all the oceans and ice. So delete all of the atmosphere. This means life can't evolve better. All of its oceans and ice should make it barren. It's nothing. Now it's a big barren wasteland. And I'll give it 2 more. One normal sized one and then one small in the middle. So now it also. But now there's only 4. That's why I'll give small planet, moon to be exact. And I'll put another gas giant right in the 4 edges. So we did these 2. Now we need to do Hikaluru. Seems really gassy and carbonated. This means it has a carbonated atmosphere. So it has hydrogen atmosphere and really solid hydrogen. It's also hydrogen. Is lots. I'll give this one a lot of moons. I'm gonna give him a lot of moons. Giving thousands of actual moons. For this one, I gave him a moon terrorize, literal moon orbiting everywhere. First, things, I don't like it. First one should be like, I want to make it green, so trying to make it more green, then blue, and then like light. Yeah. Now that giant could be good. We go to another one, and I didn't want this one to have lush wings. Though it's super small, I can compare it with Earth. Earth looks even big. So why not make it something like binary? If you put on, instead of like the view on trails, both of them look like they're orbiting each other. And yeah, binary system. But I don't like put Nikon, so cause this guy to be, I'm gonna give it some like a small gas giant. I'll give it a small gas giant. Small, wait. Time, give it this guy. Change his mass superly low. And then I see orbits back on. Boom. Now that, okay fine, I'll decrease its mass so much. Actually, yeah. I'll give it just to a rock moon, and another rock. Why is he obsessed with binaries? How large is even its mass? Yes, it's really mass. Fine, now here, boom. Like, now this one's more like a little push. What? Now there's another one. Then Steph, and I want to make it a large one. Because it already has 5 Jupiter masses. I'll lock its mass at 5.94 as its radius. It's now a ginormous. It looks ginormous. I'll give it a lot of moons. Because its gravity can pull a lot of the moons. And I want to give it a moon that's really big. The furthest moon, I want to make it more thick. Like it's so 0.5. Just increase its mass up to 2. And I give it 2.18. The radius of Earth. Now it's a large boy. It's bigger than Earth. And then I will give it rings to make it beautiful. So it's about 5,000 kilometers. And I want to give him Saturn's rings. So that's why I'll give it from 19,000 kilometers to about, how long do I want it? 50,000 kilometers. Now, look, it has beautiful big rings. Now, it orbits the planet peacefully. Stevenson, and I'll simulate how it will blow up. Now, there's also 5 gas giants. So I'll give about rocket plans now. This is the first one, Garina. And it's perfectly, they'll zoom it in word, so it'll become more uninhabitably hot. Let's make it about 125 right now. Just in the closer to Stevenson than we should. Decorano. Put it straight in the habitable zone because it looks habitably. It does have weirder stuff. So delete 0. Sea level 0. I took all the sea away. Of course I'll delete all the water. Of course all of your atmosphere. Let's go into fuel. And now Tecorino is rolling. I want to give it Sarman, Monitor, and Limpat. Monitor, it looks habitable, and is it habitable? And let's see, its atmosphere is mostly habitable. And yeah, I'll just give, because I like this one, although I will give it a magnetic sphere. So now it can protect itself. Things. Instead of burning itself, I'll make its orbit about right there to like it gets less sunlight, so it doesn't burn to death. Or ocean boil. So Limpat, I could put it in this place because it's unhabitable. And so there's 3 here. Evanina, and now I added 3. Now there's Evanina, which is another looking habitable planet. So let me see, it does have these elements and oceans. Though because I'm nice, I will give it 3 moons. Let me increase it. Now it's about this large. Wait, I should shrink it down. Now it has more of a stabler atmosphere. It's now a stable, habitable planet. And now we need Wisconsin. An unlooking boy. Look that out. So I'll just cover it. It has an atmosphere, but we'll delete all that sulfur and carbon. Because all that cheaper atmosphere. That's why I'll give it an earthen atmosphere. Now it has these elements. Water. How large is it? It's about not that large. And its mass is really low. Now I gave it, and now I'll give it kinetic field. I know. 9. Field, I'll shrink it down to its size. But I want to give one of them a moon. So give Ornate and the last guy, Wisconsin, the moon. Because Wisconsin applies its mass 2.66 radius is now a larger, bigger planet. Then we give it a sea level. I give it like about this large. No. I give it this big sea. Now it still has a sea, but no atmosphere. So I can give it Earth one. It takes a lot of the thing. That's why we can just control it back. And then we just give it a magnetic field. And now, so I can give it moon. I want to give it 2 moons. and one small one. So that's 3 moons. And I want to make this one so it's 0.234 over the mass. Make it a little bit bigger. Out. Just like the mass and 0.514, and now it's a large one. Got about these guys. They're really. That's why this guy is big. Period. So I'll make it a lot further. 1 month, and now it is a large moon. I feel in the mood to give it. I'm gonna cover it in water. It does not have a magnetic. So give it an earth and atmosphere. And I give it 0.9 a magnetic field. So now it's also a habitable planet. 1, 2, 3, 4 habitable planets. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10. We'll look at the new habitable planet of Tusk. Not a habitable. And now it's a dwarf planet. I don't care. Tuscus is a dwarf planet. Dwarf planets, and now a ash. Forget it. I didn't click. What? Okay. Maybe Kusti. It's still an asteroid. Right? I'm quite surprised. It is a planet, but what's this? It's still a dwarf planet. Oh, also a dwarf planet. Interesting, interesting. Oh, I clicked the moon instead of. Now it's a planet. Resta? I'm just checking. I check it out. Now check the Ramenta. So they're not happy. Then I check it. So this is now we're about 5, 6, 7, 8. Matu found 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then Nonne. It's still habitable, so we'll delete all of its atmosphere. So life couldn't evolve well. And all of its water. Oh, oopsies, deleted it all. Then in Hutton. And so it was 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It is 5, 6. It was about 12. So I'll just delete this one. Because I'm nice, I'll delete this one's all oceans. And yeah, this is the system. Now, as a treat, I'll explode this system. I'll explode Stevenson. It'll be really laggy though. But I'm exploding and everything looks really normal. But it looks like it's lagging. Yeah, it's really hard lag. Yeah, it takes hard times. Oh, it's lagging. Oh, it's lag. It lags, it's lagging. Wait, why did it stop? I guess I have to leave. Okay. Well, that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.